Good day. I'm here to... Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for June 15th, 2026. All right, government affairs directors and influence practitioners, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before I go any further, 5,511 opportunities surfaced, positioning windows opening. The good windows are getting claimed. Posture matters now. The current cohort is the GPS Positioning Window Review. 8 firms. 1. Shipley Certified Capture Manager. Your book against this terrain. Code GPS5 holds 1 of 8 seats and the extended 30-day preview that follows. Links in the description. Now, let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 5,511 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 2312 legislative signals, 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies, and all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. As we unpack the current flow of opportunities over the past week, a staggering 5,511 have surfaced. This volume can be both an asset and a challenge for government affairs directors and influence practitioners. The real task is deciphering which of these opportunities carry weight and which are simply noise. The Capture Terminal gives us a clear line of sight here, highlighting top postings like the Department of Homeland Security's Cloud Initiative and the modernization of the Hawthorne Army Depot. These aren't just contracts, they're strategic signals about where federal priorities are heading. Interestingly, while the sheer quantity of opportunities can seem overwhelming, the accessibility of them remains a critical issue. With a 0% best competitive level, BCL, the board is sending a clear message. The playing field isn't as even as it appears. Managers who read this tape know that navigating this landscape requires more than just awareness of the volume. It's about understanding the accessibility barriers and strategically positioning oneself to overcome them. The lack of executive actions or regulatory shifts further emphasizes a kind of inertia in the federal contracting space. It's almost as if the opportunities are there, but the pathways to secure them are convoluted by compliance friction and potential protest risks. This makes the role of a seasoned influence practitioner even more pivotal. By leveraging insights from the capture ticker, one can identify which lanes are shifting and where the strategic openings might be. Turning to the secondary signals, the lack of terrain holes, hiring movements, or lobbying clusters paints a picture of a market that's not quite awake to its own potential. For government affairs and influence professionals, this combination is telling. The absence of hiring suggests a stagnant workforce, perhaps a sign that agencies are holding steady, awaiting clearer directive signals before making moves. This could also indicate a missed opportunity for those looking to put smart portfolio strategies into play. With court opinions and lobbying clusters showing 0 activity, there's a noticeable absence of judicial and legislative pressure. This could mean that the market is currently mispricing the risks associated with compliance and protest, leaving room for astute professionals to make moves where others see uncertainty. It's a rare moment where the quiet can be louder than the noise, offering a chance for those who read this policy tape to capitalize on the inertia. The current landscape suggests a holding pattern, but not without potential. Smart portfolio moves right now involve looking beyond the immediate lack of movement and anticipating shifts that may not yet be visible on the surface. For those willing to delve deeper, the opportunities lie in preparing for the inevitable regulatory and compliance shifts that are bound to emerge as the landscape adjusts. In essence, the key takeaway for those navigating this terrain is to stay vigilant, use the quiet to your advantage, and position yourself for the impending shifts. The market may appear static, but beneath the surface, the currents are preparing for change. The government affairs and influence market is characterized by regulatory and compliance dynamics, where swift policy changes are juxtaposed against stakeholder positioning strategies. As professionals in this field, you should be asking, how prepared are we to adapt to sudden regulatory shifts? What is our strategy to manage compliance friction and mitigate protest risks effectively? How do we ensure our stakeholder positioning remains resilient amid evolving policy landscapes? Our conviction: in a market where the velocity of policy changes can disrupt established lanes, maintaining a proactive stance on stakeholder engagement and regulatory foresight is non-negotiable for sustained influence and success. Now, I want to bring back what I mentioned at the top because after everything we just walked through, it lands differently. The capture terminal gives you live searchable access to the same intelligence driving this brief, filtered to your portfolio, your agencies, your NAES codes, the GPS positioning window review, 8 firms, a credentialed capture manager verified at verify.the-econ.ai, reading your book against this specific terrain. If you read this policy tape right now and you want someone qualified to look at where you're overextended, where you're underpositioned, and which windows are still reachable, that is what this session is for. Code GPS 551 holds one of 8 seats. Cohort attendees get the 30-day extended preview. Everything is at communities.theicon.ai/capture. the-govcon-elite, 6.8 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links: terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Just a quick note, you'll be disconnected in 5